So, Jackie love, have you got a sister?
Yes.
Do you still share the same bedroom? Oh, all right, punters. It's Reverend Bob time. How are you, punters? I'm Reverend Bob and welcome to the Torque Show. Now, if you like your cars tasty and your brake horsepower big, you are definitely on the right channel. Check this out. On this week's show, we've got the first of our World Tour reports from Doncaster. Lynn Rogers gets all clinical in the garage, and we've got another top challenge for Anne-Marie. But first up, well, you know what's first up. That's right, punters, it's rolling road time once again here at Well Lane Turbo Centre in Batley, but we can't start without a couple of punters. Hey! Right, punter number one with the lovely RS Turbo. What's your name?
Gary.
What do you do, Gary?
Mechanic.
Mechanic. What a game to be in when you've got a nice tasty car. Punter number two with the Escort Cosworth. What's your name?
Tony.
What do you do, Tony?
Salmon trimmer.
He's not wrong either. Hey, let's see if there's any fishiness under these bonnets. Get them up, lads. Let's see what you've done. Any time today? Right then, lovely Escort Cosworth. Without boring my socks off, what have you done under the bonnet?
Stainless induction kit.
Nice and simple, not too much fiddling.
No.
Right then, brake horsepower wise, now when we've actually tested it, if the actual figure is more than 20 brake, what you tell me now, I'll assume you're cheating and I'll send you on packing. What do you think it's pulling?
280.
280 brake? Nice one. Right, geezer. A lot of fiddling going on under here, yeah?
Yep.
What have you done?
It's had some head work, bigger turbo, bigger actuator, intercooler, a couple more injectors.
Pretty much everything you can. Is it a 1.6?
Yeah.
Now, if you're putting it against the Cosworth, it's got to be pulling some serious horses. What do you reckon?
Roughly about 280.
280 brake from a 1.6 front wheel drive. Come here, lads. We've got two up for it geezers, two very tasty motors. Let's go to work. Here we go then. First up is Tony's very nice Escort Cosworth. As ever, it's completely strapped down to the rollers, so there's no danger of it going through those people at 150 mile an hour. But as ever, it'd be lovely to see your face if it did. Are you a bit nervous about this one?
Very.
Are you lot ready? Barry, are you ready? Yep, ready. Fire it up, mate. Here we go, Tones. Get ready for this. Come on, Barry. Plenty of noise. Come on. Let's have it. Well, it's a beautiful car, it made a beautiful noise, but was it a beautiful brake horsepower figure? Today's scores from Well Lane's very lovely Annika.
277 brake horsepower.
277, what do you think of that? Oh, you're still happy, aren't you? That's not bad, 277.
Yeah.
3 under what you wanted, but a good figure. Gary, come here, Chief.
Yep.
277 from a front wheel drive Escort, you reckon you're going to have that?
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. He's confident. Well, we've had some of this. We'll find out after some of this.
Well,
hey, is this not a wicked show so far or what? Now, you've obviously been watching all the series. You'll know we've been doing a bit of a world tour. Well, it's an epic world tour. And this week, we've really pushed the boat out. We've travelled millions of miles to the best show in the world. It needs no introduction, but I'm going to give it one. Doncaster 2002. Well, the best way to get an idea of just how massive Donny's show is to get in the air. Well, thanks to our mates Mike and Steve at Atlas Helicopters, the old Bob squad got took up in a chopper to check out the showground packed with tasty motors. I tell you what, how massive is this show? Nice car. Let's go find some more. Hey punters, how's about that for our first tasty car? This is Matt and that is his lovely CRX. How long have you had it, mate?
about 2 years, buddy.
And have you done a lot of work yourself?
50% of it.
Beautiful car, I've always been into my Hondas. What kind of power are we running?
About 168, 69 brake.
169, it's the kind of figure we like on this show. Show us under the bonnet, mate. Have a look at that, so nearly 170 horsepower.
Nearly.
And it's sweet to drive, yeah?
Oh yeah, very nice.
And it's been in one of the magazines, this car, hasn't it?
Yeah, fast car in October last year.
Magazine recognition, what more do you need? Come on! And hey punters, before you get any ideas, don't be doing this outside your grand's bungalow, alright? Now there's not many car shows I've been to and I thought Fiat, tasty motor, but this is a tasty motor. Alan mate, what made you pick a Fiat?
You don't see many of them about, mate, so I thought might as well get one of these instead of something like a Fiesta.
Individuality,
Yeah,
like
really,
it. Now,
basically.
it's not standard this car, is it?
Not really, no.
No, what
Just,
have you done to it briefly?
It's mainly just bodywork, really. I've not really touched the engine because insurance-wise, you can't really afford it and that.
Right, and the body kit, it's all properly fitted in, isn't it? It's all
Yeah,
seamed
it's
in.
all smoothed in and like everything's, all my strips and that been took off, smoothed all that, completely smoothed everything.
Leather
like that.
interior as well, tasty.
Yeah, full leather interior, all dashboard as well, it's colour-coded.
Right, so at the moment we're running a standard engine, what, 1.8 engine, is it?
It's only 1.6.
1.6,
so,
and
yeah.
what you think, you might put the turbo in?
2 litre turbo maybe, but it's, like I say, I don't
You
really
know
know.
you want to.
I'd
You know
rather
you
have
want
something
to.
Jap, I think.
Yeah, and what about Doncaster this year?
It's been
up to
alright,
it,
yeah, it's been spot on really.
Yeah?
Gradually had a look around and that, it's not been too bad.
Nice one, eh? If there's cars all as nice as this, it's going to be a good show. Cheers, kid.
Yeah, nice one, mate.
Well, that's it for the first part of our Doncaster show report, but before you all start writing in and kicking off, fear not punters, we've got plenty more in next week's talk show. Hello again from the Rolling Road Centre. Now, earlier on in the programme, we saw Tony's sorted cos he pulled 277, but that was four-wheel drive. It was a 2-litre engine. This is front-wheel drive, and it's a 1.6. What are you hoping for?
About same again.
280. 280. If it's there, it's going to be heavenly. Are you lot ready? Ready! Barry, are you ready?
Yep, ready.
Fire it up, kid. Here we go. Come on, Gary. Let's make some noise for Barry. Come on. Well, it's crunch time then for Gary with his RS Turbo. 280 we're hoping for. It was making plenty of noise. Annika, what's the scores on the door,
I
sweetheart?
don't think he's going to be too happy. 203 brake horsepower.
203! What do you reckon to that? And what was it, the bloke that sold it, you said 330?
320.
Yeah, I saw you doing a bit of fiddling in there. Were you hoping it was going to get up?
For a bit more, but
It's not bad, but it's not good, is it? Come here, kid. Right here with the escort car. You're a happy man, aren't you? 277 brake horsepower. Let's see where that puts him on the leaderboard. Well, a couple of cars have dropped off the bottom, but it's getting chock-a-block at the top with plenty of motors over 200 brake. I'll tell you what, punters, it's going to be close at the finish. So 277 brake horsepower, not enough to get Tony on top of the leaderboard, but a pretty nice figure nonetheless. But Gary, mate, you were hoping for 280 and you got 203. Not bad for a front-wheel drive motor, but you still get the cheesy stickers, sunshine. But Tony, well done, mate. You get your Race X gear lever knob. Very nice. You get the trophy of cheese. Do you want to touch it?
go on then.
You can't, mate. How's it feel, son?
Ecstatic.
Good effort. Well, now it's time to take the emphasis off power as we look at one of the greatest actresses of our time. We've seen her in Brookside, we've seen her in Panto, and now, of course, we see her on the talk show. She's sexier than a Beamer with 20-inch alloys. It is, of course, Anne-Marie Davis. Last week's talk show was a total disaster for Anne-Marie as she failed to get any punters at all to help her with her challenge. Can she make amends this week and become once again the supreme angel of acting? Let's find out.
Well, as you've just seen, last week's challenge was a little bit tricky, but let's just pray this week's challenge is a little bit easier. H-E-A-V-E-N.
Oh, that's Anne-Marie. Hello?
Hi, Rev, it's Anne-Marie.
Hello, Anne-Marie, how are you, darling? Right then, good sweetheart. Your challenge for this week, you've left your car in that massive car park, but you've forgotten whereabouts you put it. But the funny bit is, you haven't left it there at all. We're having the punters on. So your challenge this week, you've got to get one person to stay with you for over a minute to make it a success. But you don't know what size the imaginary car is, you don't know what make it is, all you know is that it's red. Give it your best shot, sweetheart, because you know we had a bit of a disappointment last week. All right, darling. Ta-da. Oh, God, to get that scene too.
This one sounds like it's going to be tough. Right, let's go find my red car. I've lost my car. I don't know, can you help me out, please? Excuse me, can you help me find my car? I've lost my car. Can you help me find it, please? I don't know where I've put it. Please, can you help me? Excuse me, I've got a bit of a problem. I've lost my car. Can you help me find it in the car park? I don't know where it is. Please, I can't get home. Excuse me, I've lost my car somewhere. I don't know if you can help me look for my car. My car in the car park. Yeah.
What colour is it?
It's red, but I don't know where it is.
Quite a few of the reds.
Would you help? Do you reckon you could help me out?
I'll make.
I've forgotten. I can't remember what make it is. It's definitely red though. I need you to help me now, please. I don't know whereabouts it'll be. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. No, it wasn't a Ford. It was definitely round this bit. I come round here, but I don't know. Somewhere round here somewhere. It might have been a Ford actually. I don't know. I think. Do it! That was just way too easy, Rev. Way too easy. Yeah! R-E-V.
Oh, God, that scene too. Hello?
Hi, Rev, it's Anne-Marie. I've done it and I still had loads of time left.
Oh, fantastic, sweetheart.
It started off a little bit tricky, but I got there in the end.
Oh, nice one. Hey, especially after last week's disappointment. Well done, sweetheart. You are, of course, the supreme angel of acting. Enough respect from me and the big man upstairs. And I'll tell you what, as an extra special treat, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let you introduce the next part of the show. Hey, well done, darling. Speak to you next week. Oh, ain't she lovely?
Right, I suppose it's time for Match the Hatch.
Hey, how's it going, punters? You enjoying the show so far? Oh, very good. That's what we like to hear. Just before we go to the adverts, it's Match the Hatch time. Surely you know the score by now. We've got a very nice hatchback, Peugeot 306. We're going to meet three punters. One of them owns it. It is your job, the viewer at home, to work out who it is. Let's start off by meeting punter number one. Before we start, I need my divine tool of communication. Nice one. Here we go.
All right, my name's Paul. This is my Peugeot, and I like it because of the big rims.
Oh, that is a tasty set of alloys. It could be Paul's Peugeot. And Peugeot punter number two.
Hiya, my name's Scott. I like my Peugeot for the body kit.
Hey, you don't see many like this. Very tasty. Could be Scott's Peugeot. And the lovely punter number three.
Hi, my name's Katie and I love my Peugeot because it's got a throbbing exhaust.
Oh, very sexy. Could be Katie's motor. So who on earth owns this motor? Is it Scott, Paul or Kate? We will find out in part two, as well as plenty of this. The very lovely Lynn Rogers looks at fitting performance chips to your motor. Sounds very tasty. You bet it is. See you in a bit, punters. Hello, welcome back to the talk show. Now, you remember in part one we showed you a very nice Peugeot 306 and two punters and a puntess. One of them was the owner. Did you guess who it was? The answer was, of course, Scott. How are you, Chief?
You all right, Rev?
Yeah, very nice motor. How long have you had it?
6 years now.
6 years. You've obviously done a lot of work. Is it your pride and joy?
Yeah, it is. It is taking a lot of time and it's looking bit.
Nice motor. What kind of brake horsepower?
130 brake.
130. Now, a little bird tells me that this is a dreaded diesel.
Yeah, it's a smoker.
Yeah, hey, it looks nice though, so we'll let him off. Fire it up, mate.
All right, mate.
Any time today. Only joking. Away you go, mate. Hey, listen to that. A fantastic car, kind of. No, it looked nice. Nice bloke, nice priest. On with the show.
Ah, man, that was totally cool. But check this out.
Hello to the Reverend Bob congregation. Lynn Rogers here, and as you can see, I've cleared out the 2 cozzies and all those blokes from the Rolling Road Centre. Why? Because I need to concentrate. Do you know why? It's the last of our tuning tips. Now, aside from turbochargers, the modifications we've looked at on the series so far have been pretty straightforward, and they haven't involved too much fiddling with the engine. But to get your car to do this, a bit of engine fiddling is what you have to do. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to get your hands dirty. Oh no, you just have to be a little bit handy with the old soldering iron. Now, to talk us through today's tuning tip is our Rolling Road expert. It's Bill. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Lynn.
You all right?
Fine, thank you.
Good stuff. Now, what is it that's going to give us a bit of extra power from the motor?
Under the bonnet of this is a black box called an ECU.
ECU stands for?
Electronic Control Unit.
I knew that, really.
And inside that black box is a load of little chips.
OK.
One important chip is what we're going to take out and replace.
OK, and what does that little chip control?
The boost, the ignition and the fuel.
All in one little chip?
All in one little chip.
So that's why you don't have to get your hands dirty?
Correct.
Fantastic. My kind of tuning tip.
Well, unless everybody's been on Mars for the last few weeks, you'll be familiar with how the Rolling Road session works. We've just tested the standard 1.8 20-valve turbo Golf, and what we're going to do now is take out the engine management chip and replace it with a modified chip. At the moment, it's running at 152 brake horsepower.
$152. Bill, I'm not impressed. I'm sorry, I am not impressed.
You're not.
So, this new chip, is it going to give me a bit more BHP? What's it going to give me?
2530, Lynn.
2530. That's going to take me up to 175,
Yep,
180.
Yep. We'll do.
That's more like it, isn't it?
Thank you, Barry. Well, Lynn, this is a computer that controls everything under the bonnet. In there's a load of chips, but there's one particular chip that we're going to change, and we'll make one hell of a difference to this car.
OK, it's amazing that something that small has all that power.
Yep.
I just don't understand it.
Fine.
So, I guess this is where the soldering iron comes in.
Yeah, it is, Lynn, yep.
Right, so now we're going to swap our toolboxes and ramps for a worktop and a little puny microscope. Oh, I love it when he gets all clinical.
It's not that clinical, Lynn.
Spoil sport. OK, Bill, then,
Yep.
show us the next steps.
Right, off with the lid. Now, what we've got here is a lot of chips. Each chip does sends different information to the car.
OK.
But it's this one here that we're interested in today.
Right.
This controls the boost, the
Yep.
ignition, and the fueling.
OK, so we're taking that one off.
Yep. All these little pins here have all got to be taken away from the board, either side, very carefully. If one of these doesn't come off perfectly, this could end up being scrap.
Really? So it's quite a delicate operation.
Yep.
Are all the chips the same for each type of car?
No, different cars have different chips. You've got the plug-in module, which is no soldering. You've got the 28-pin chip. You've got the square-pin chip. All different chips for different makes of cars.
Various different sizes. So it looks quite a delicate operation.
It is.
Microscope over there,
Yep,
I see.
yep.
And you've got a soldering iron
Yep.
as well, so it's quite a tricky,
Yeah,
fiddly
it
job.
takes a long time to get that off.
OK, I don't want to make you nervous.
All right.
So I'm going to get out of your way.
Thank you.
Now, this is one modification that you really should leave to the experts. It'll only take one wrong move or a blob of solder in the wrong place, and your new chip and the management system will be damaged. And that, viewers, is a costly mistake. So, with the old chip out and the new chip in, it's time to put the ECU back in the car.
There you go, Barry.
OK, so Barry's fitting the ECU, and that's got the brand new chip in, the
Yep.
magic chip. What happens to the old chip?
We always give them back to the customer, just in case they want to sell the car and it be standard, put it back to standard.
OK, and what about insurance? For the new chip, it's going to give it a load more power. Is there any implication there? Should we be letting our insurers know?
Yeah, I would say yes, always, yes.
OK, better to be safe. Right, so what happens next?
We'll start her up and put her in the rollers.
On the rolling road?
Yep.
Okay, let's find out what kind of power increase we've got. Well, it sounded sweet enough, Bill, but do we have a result?
184 brake horsepower.
184. I make that a 32 brake increase, am I right?
Yeah, dead right.
Fantastic power at our fingertips. So how much dosh is this going to cost me?
£440, including the VAT.
440. I call that a bargain. Let's have a recap on those little facts and figures. Well, you lot will be seeing more of Bill for some of the Reverend's Rolling Road challenges. But that's it from me for tuning tips. But don't worry, I'm not leaving the talk show. In fact, I'll be back next week checking out some very tasty feature cars. See you then.
Oh, they are magic. That is fantastic. That is definitely a cracking pair of tits. They're superb. Alright viewers, just swatting up on my ornithology. There's a nice blackbird in there as well. Something I like to do when I'm not tearing about in cars. Now, we've had another letter in today from a young lad who's into his cars, but he's not quite sure whether to start doing his own up. He's a bit afraid. Well, this week I found a great passage in the good book that'll hopefully give him a bit of guidance. So, pin your ears back. Now stop, collaborate and listen, because the priest is here and I'm on a mission. Something grabs hold of me tightly. It's an urge to modify, daily and nightly, yeah? Don't be soft, get modifying your car. In fact, send us in some pictures of your top motors to the website. You might even get them on the programme. Hey, that's it from me this week. We will be back next week with the talk show. But until then, just remember that the big man upstairs, he loves every one of you. Later. On next week's talk show, we're going tracktastic with hopefully a return from the Kowalski brothers. Plus, we've got the first of our new airstrip features looking at the sexiest saxo in the world. You can't beat it.
Cars and reverends. What more could you want?